If you want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. Mary Connecticut lunch lady accused of going after a student before going after him later in her SUV was tight-lipped and dismissive Thursday about the disturbing accusations. Andie Rosafort, age 31, was seen outside of her new Fairfield home lugging a Walmart plastic shopping bag topped with a box of Peeps and clutching her phone and a pack of Marlboro cigarettes as she climbed out of her SUV. She refused to answer questions about the report of inappropriate relations with a student at a new Fairfield high school, wearing white sneakers, blue jeans, and a green sweatshirt. Rosafort also flashed a little grin when asked to comment on the situation. The school district filed a report against Rosafort after the father of one of the victim's friends told administrators that the boy had been seen Rosafort after a party on January 13th. According to an affidavit, a student at the high school claimed Rosafort was always talking to freshman boys on social media and allegedly approached a victim on Instagram and Snapchat. The victim told police he got a message from her on social media stating, "You want to see something," before Rosafort sent a photograph of herself to him. When the victim asked if she sent it by mistake, he said she responded by sending a second picture of herself. The boy added that she then asked for an image of him, with Rosafort allegedly sending multiple images of herself along with videos. Rosafort will also attend the victim's sporting events and send them videos of his plays. On the night of January 13th, police stated that Rosafort picked up the victim from a party at a friend's home and had contact with him at that time. Police stated that they used photo locations to confirm the victim and Rosafort were in the same place at the same time of the allegations. A friend of the victim stated that he appeared uncomfortable after he returned and that they were helping block Rosafort on social media. Through their investigation, police stated that they found content in the teen's phone of a woman they identified as Rosafort, as well as a shirtless picture of the victim in the lunch lady's phone. Rosafort turned herself in on February 20th after police put out a warrant for her arrest. She faces 3 felony charges, including second degree SA, enticing a minor by a computer to engage in activity and risk of injury or impairing the morals of a minor. She was released on a $100,000 bond and will next appear in court on March 23rd. So let me get this straight. So the woman that we can clearly see in front of us, and I'm just going to point out the obvious, it's not like the woman is like out of shape. It's not like the woman is, looking like she's 79 or something like that. She could more than likely pull a guy her age, possibly maybe like 25, something like that, right? Basically stating she wouldn't have an issue pulling a guy of a standard issue legal age at all. Then on top of the fact, not only that, this woman is married and more than likely married with kids. And why is it that magically, whenever this happens and it's women, you never hear them talking about, oh, the husband is distraught. The husband is this, the husband is that. We're looking for a comment from the husband. This is a comment from the husband. We're interviewing. Why is it that magically that doesn't seem to be the case and that's not happening? Why is it that you don't hear people talking about the kids and how it is that they feel sorry for the kids and the husband and this is breaking up a family and a relationship and all these other stuff? Why is it that you never hear any of these things? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Goes yet again back to the effect of the world doesn't care about men, right? Then on top of that, they stated that this is what she normally did. She would go on social media. So you mean to tell me a married woman who has a job, who has a family, right? She got 2 jobs, technically a multitude, right? She works as a lunch lady. She then is a mother and she's a wife, right? So she, in a sense, has 3 jobs, and magically she has enough time to deviate from all of those jobs to go directly on social media as if she's like some, you know, teenager, and start trying to hit up guys who are going to the exact same school where she's the lunch lady. This is like I said, I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all because mind you, if this was a guy, people would be saying numerous amounts of things, right? The most that they did to her was put her on a $100,000 bond and she bonded out. So now she's back out there text messaging on probably another app. She's probably using Snapchat now because police more than likely aren't trying to really keep tabs on her after she done paid all that money. So they're like, all right, we'll see you, on the 23rd or whatever it is, right? Go out there and have fun again because we're not going to charge you for that, right? That's what she's doing. That's specifically what she's doing. And just imagine if she has a young son or a young daughter. When they get older, guess what? She's going to sit up there and instead of trying to go out there on social media, she's going to be going through the friends of the kids. That's what she's going to do. Just like, well, I'm not even going to get into I'm not even going to take it to that extent because we're gonna we're gonna keep this as G as possible. Um, so yeah. This is concerns began swirling around the 31-year-old last year, around December 1st, 2022, in an email between the middle school principal and Rosafort. Fairfield Middle School principal Karen Gutzner thanked Rosafort in an email for talking to her about those concerns involving contact with students. Quote, as we discuss, there is a report that insinuated some images were seen and or shared with high school students from your social media account. Also added that a school investigation of the accusations determined that the content was not inappropriate. Also, that the head of the school then urged her that caution should be exercised. School Superintendent Kenneth Craw wrote to school board last month that a staffer made school leaders aware of a vague report of possible inappropriate messages between a minor and Miss Rosafort in late November of 2022, following a school probe that included talking to a minor involved, the teen's family, and Rosafort. The investigation did not produce any information that substantiated any inappropriate interactions between Miss Rosafort and a minor.
Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
So you mean to tell me that the school knew about this, had a conversation with the teacher and had a conversation with the student and or parent and magically nothing could show that anything was going on and that she just decided to magically resign herself? Excuse me? Huh? I'm a little bit confused. How is it that y'all gave her all the grace and everything? Y'all did your own internal investigation. Y'all was like, hey, we don't see anything wrong here. We see her social media. We know some of the things there. It ain't nothing wrong with it, but we're going to tell you to move with caution. Why would a grown adult have to move with caution? Are you telling her that she needs to move with caution when it comes to sending those types of messages to the students within the school system? Is that specifically what you're stating? Because I'm a little bit confused. Why would you tell a woman who is married with children who works at a school full of students to move with caution? I'm a little bit confused. That's almost like you're stating that you know what it is, but you're not stating that you know what it is. But at the same time of stating that you know what it is, while also stating that you don't know what it is, you're also stating that there is inconclusive evidence showing that anything has even taken place, even though you know what it is. I'm a little bit confused. Is anybody else confused as I am? I'm just a little bit confused here. Again, I'm just trying to figure out Where are the mothers to protect their sons? Because clearly in that story, it was a father that decided to be the loudest voice in the room, that decided to speak up for his son and say something. Where are the mothers who send their kids directly to these schools? Where they at? Why aren't they trying to get stuff situated and make sure that this isn't, something that's going on in every single school? Why don't you hear mothers on social media continuously, speaking about this, bringing this up and bringing up other examples of where women have done these exact same things? Why is that? Why is there always such silence whenever you have women caught doing this red-handed? And why is it that women are never on social media trying to cancel these women, trying to make sure that they're registered so that they can't be around anybody else's, students and do these exact same things, making sure that they know her whereabouts, making sure that she can't use a computer or any electronic device that would enable her to get into contact with somebody else? Where's all of the anger? Where's all of the outrage? Oh, I forgot. I forgot there is none. You know why? Because this is a male instead of a female. That's why the main person that this happened to was a male. And as I've continuously been showing, is that the world does not care about men and the young men out there, nor do the women care. But let this have been a story about a young student, and this ended up being a coach. Don't matter if it was track, if it was cheerleading, whatever it is, and the same exact thing happened. Heads would be rolling. You would hear moms moving throughout the streets. They would be protesting. They'll be putting this all over social media. They'll be trying to show up on press junkets. You would have other women later on in life showing up talking about, yes, the same thing exactly happened to me. But magically, when it's the reverse, you don't hear these same women trying to advocate for these young men, for these students. You don't hear these women trying to talk about, we need to stop this. This needs not to happen. You don't hear women talking about, what if this was my son? You don't hear women online talking about, oh, if she would have did that I would have did X, Y, and Z to her. You don't hear none of that anger. You don't hear none of that frustration. You don't hear none of that sadness. You don't see none of that aggressiveness. You don't see none of that. Ain't that something? And again, y'all wonder why it is that you have so many men out here that are hyper when it comes to trying to just sleep with women. You wonder where this exactly comes from and where it stems from. It stems from things like this. But again, men and young men can't talk about this because the world will laugh. If a man were to explain this to a group full of women, those women are going to have an opinion of him, and it's not going to be anything too good. So again, y'all wonder why it is that men don't specifically talk about their problems or the issues and things that they suffer from. Now you know why. You wonder why it is that guys out here see women as some type of object or a one night stand. Now you know why. You wonder why it is that you have a lot of guys out here that can't seem to stay in some type of consistent relationship, or they seem a little bit awkward or whatever it is around women. Now you know why. But yet again, even with these examples and explaining this, you will still have women not wanting to look towards the information, try to understand the information, and let alone call out women who are specifically doing this.